Hi everybody, Sue Creates here. Here to do part one of a probably 5-part video. So if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. If you're returning and you're a follower, thanks so much for coming back. So I thought I would get a head start. Today is February, what is today? 18th? 19th, I don't know what day it is. It's Saturday, so I don't look at the calendar. Sorry, you know, every time I start a video, I start coughing. So I purchased this design. It's from Sweet Pea. So many of you always ask, where's the design from? I actually printed it off. How many pages is this? It's like 41 pages. But they give such fabulous directions. I'm not sponsored by them. They didn't ask me to do this. I'm just here sharing an embroidery video. I notice on my channel, oops, I get a lot of views for embroidery videos, machine embroidery. So a lot of comments, a lot of people say, you know, what I have to share is helpful. So I don't do a whole lot of stamping videos. I do unboxings, but I'm starting to think like maybe I shouldn't. I actually had someone comment the other day, and it's still really bothering me about, I did an unboxing of a food box, and they were like on a stamping, on a card. What the heck did she say? On a card channel. Well, yeah, we all eat, right? Anyhow, that's still bothering me. I don't know why I let things bother me, but I do. But anyhow, I should be working on my taxes, but I'm not because I'm having more fun. So again, Sweet Pea Machine Embroidery Design. You can go onto their website at SUEweet.com. You can see this and many other. So this is a table runner. 3 different sizes, 5x7, 6x10, 8x12, which, woo, that would be big. So anyhow, they do step-by-step, let me do it this way, step-by-step directions you can print off, or a lot of times I just download onto my iPad. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. And go from there. But I did the first one and I thought, okay, I wanted to do a sample one. So I'm very happy with it. Look how cute it came out. Oh my gosh. Is this not the cutest? Have you ever seen anything cuter? No. So on the fabric here for the rabbit, I use fleece. And you could kind of see the design through. So I don't really care. That's not going to bother me. Well, it's down on the table. You're not going to see it. But if that bothers you, you can cut out the fabric underneath. So I thought, you know what, let's do another one. Because, you know, I'm probably going to make more than one of these table runners, right? Or I don't know, you know, you can put this in a frame. You can maybe make a Easter little quilt or do other things with it. Hey, it's, you know, your project, right? So this is a great way to use up your scraps. Now, in case you're going to ask, I purchased the background fabric. My dog is here prancing around. I don't know what she wants. I purchased the fabric from, believe it or not, Amazon. And there's 5 different blocks. So I'm making this very colorful. So it was a huge piece of, I don't know, were there maybe 8 or 9 or 10 different pieces of fabric? I don't know. But the great thing about Sweet Pea, I'm all over the place today. I apologize. They give you, oh, not there. They give you the cutting directions as to what size to cut your fabric and your batting and whatnots. Okay, so that's great. But I don't really do that. I mean, I cut out this according to the size. But, you know, you could choose to do that. So this came in a bundle, all these different fabrics. And they all work so well together. So, you know, you can choose to do, if you decide to make this, you do you. And I grabbed a whole ton of very colorful, pretty fabric. And I'm just winging it as I go. So I'm going to put this aside. And now this is 28 minutes to stitch. Okay, so it's not a quick project because there's multiple steps. But it's easy. Just follow along with the directions. Okay, so I have a cutaway stabilizer on here. Why? Only because I thought, well, why not, right? So I'm doing the 5x7 size. Okay, so well, before I put it in there. And I'm working on my Brother Essence VE 2300 machine. So I know a lot of you watch my videos. The PE, was it my first embroidery machine. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to do the same one again. I have a lot more fabric, so I can do another one. And I didn't iron that one too well. I did iron the fabric too, believe it or not. That's why it was snowing while I was ironing. The first videos I started doing on machine embroidery was my first machine, which was over a year ago, and it was the 4x4 machine. And I got a lot, and I still keep getting a lot of people that are watching that. I traded that machine in. Excuse my reach. I'm just going to go. I have like large spools for black and white because I tend to use a lot of those. So this is hard to work around. I thought maybe it'd be easier, but okay, let me just thread this. So anyhow, that machine I grew out of quickly. And if you want to speed through this, you don't want to hear my chit chat, you can go ahead and just speed on through. This is real life. This is me. I don't edit my videos, but I traded that machine in for a Brother 1600. Okay, so we're going to start this off. Here's the whole design. And it takes you step by step. It shows you up here in the picture. That's what I like about the fancier machines. They're in color, huge big screen, show you step by step. 28 minutes to stitch out. 18 different thread changes. But I mean, some of them you keep the same thread. You can do whatever you want. You do you. Okay, so I'm going to move this a little closer. Okay. All right. I would, well, you know what? Let me move this a little bit closer still, because I want you to be able to see this. And so if I have to work around the camera, I will. All right. So first one, you lay your batting, and I'm just using warm and natural batting. All the scraps, everything is scraps. And this is a little bit slippery, this fabric. So your fabric, your batting, fabric is right side up. I'm going to put the foot down. I'm going to let it stitch. Just have to watch it doesn't hit my camera stand. It's going to stitch around the outside. But, so the 1600 was good. I love that machine. And people say, well, which one do you have now? I mean, I have a lot of videos up there and different machines. So this is the newest one. Let me watch that orange that doesn't hit yet. I think we'll be good. But this is the latest machine, and I love it. I purchased it back a few months ago. Just been having a lot of fun. Okay, and I just noticed I just ripped my nail. Gosh, I'll tell you. Can't have nails in the wintertime. I'm not good. Okay, next one is going to be an outline stitch to show you where the ears go. So I'm just going to continue with white. I'm just using white. I got white in my bobbin thread. No worries there. So there's a lot of applique in this, which I love applique. Because, you know, then it's less stitches, you know? So this is going to be fun. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till this is all done. So here's my problem. My problem being, I love doing all these blocks. But I have a lot of blocks that I have not put together yet because, you know, I can sew, but I'm not a quilter. But, yeah, just having a struggle with that. All right, so next we have to decide what we're going to do for the ears. So, well, we don't have to. I do. So, now I wanted to use something different from before. I'm just looking through my little stash here. So we have a blue background. Now the last one I did these pink polka dots for the inside. So how about I just flip-flop that? How about we do It's hard to see. I'm going to put this piece of fabric over the top. We do pink polka dots for the outside, and then the inside, excuse me, the inside of the ears, we can do the green. Okay, let's do that. That works, right? So this is part one. Right now I'm going to say that I'm going to be doing this in different parts, but who knows, life happens. I don't want to do it all in one video because, Lord, we'd be here for like 4 hours. But anyhow, so these are all different quilt panels that when you're done, you sew them together, which is the problem I have, you know, is doing that. Okay, so now hopefully without hitting y'all, I'm going to take this out. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these real fine scissors. I love these. These are great for when you're doing trimming. Let me make a spot here. I have my ironing board set up here. So all I'm going to do, and I know I'm off camera here, I have to trim this out, but I don't want to keep moving y'all back and forth because I don't want you to be dizzy. Oh my goodness, the wind is kicking up out there. It's a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania. Cold. The sun is shining. We had some snow flurries before. I got a notification on my phone that it was snow flurrying. So, I don't know. I'm in my craft room. And I have curtains on the windows only because, well, you know, don't want everybody looking in on us, right? But the other reason is it keeps some of the cold wind out. I have an old house, and you know, old houses can get drafty and cold. So look, what do you all think? Let me put it back on the hoop, and then you can see. Isn't that cute? I know it's very busy. I know you're all saying, oh my goodness. I mean, you don't want to make yours this busy, then you don't have to. So now we're going to stitch the inner ear. It's the placement for the inner ear. And again, these are all my scraps. Or if you don't have scraps, maybe you're new to this whole embroidery thing. Maybe you have a friend that sews. They can give you scraps. Or you can always purchase, you know, fat quarters. I like to do that a lot. Purchase fat quarters. And then you can go ahead and have a variety of fabric with that. Alright, so let me see. I'm going to work around y'all here. Okay. I want to make sure. Alright, so there and there. I don't know if I cut this long enough. There. Oh yeah, I think that'll be good. Yeah, always better to cut larger than you need than smaller. But if I did and it happens, I'll show you how to fix that. Which is one of the other reasons why I do not edit. Because if you saw my last video, I was doing a little Valentine corner bookmark, there was an oopsie that happened. And I was happy that, well, I wasn't happy that it happened, but I was happy that I was able to show you, like, not to panic. Just, you know, breathe, you'll be okay, you'll fix it, and you'll move on. That's how you learn. You learn by things that happen. Okay, so that's just for that. Now I'm going to take this back out of the hoop and take it back off camera while I trim out the inner ear. The inner ear is super cute because the stitch that goes is kind of like curly, like, you know, what do you want to call that? Not curly, but has a little, like a wiggle thing to it. I don't know, hold on a sec here. My words aren't coming to my head today. It's the weekend. I don't have to think, right? So somebody at my full-time day job said, oh, so what are your plans for the weekend? Well, my plans, hold on, I didn't get close enough. You want to be able to cut close enough, but not into the stitching. My plans that I reported were to work on my taxes. So I have an accountant that does my taxes, but I have to get all the numbers together. I have my Stampin' Up! Business that I do, which is doing really well, by the way. And I itemize everything. So I say every year, I'm going to be better organized for next year. And then next year, like, whoop, here we are. And I wasn't better organized. So then I have to go through everything to, you know, find my receipts and get all the numbers together for the accountant. So, needless to say, I'm doing this. I'm not doing taxes. Because you know what? I just didn't want to. Okay, so there's the ears. Now we're going to stitch out the head. It's going to be placement for the head. So when you're doing an applique, majority of appliques, you do all of the applique part first. And once you get all your pieces down, then it goes in and does all the fine details. Now, what I did on the first one, and what I'm going to, of course, continue for all of them, is I have this fleece. It's white fleece. And I'm going to take this out of the hoop so I can measure the fleece size. Yes, I know. It's in the measurements that they give you. But so I'm using this white fleece. And again, these are scraps. I think you could see that. I'm behind you. I am behind you all the way. So I'm going to use the white fleece to do the bunny head because it adds texture. However, I'm going to show you that when you use white fleece or you use anything that has a little bit of a pile to it, when you go to do anything embroidered on the face, you have to use a stabilizer on top. So there's my white fleece, and you notice I have not yet changed my thread at all. I'm just keeping with the white because you're not going to see any of this. So when it has a pile like this on top, you have to use a stabilizer because what happens is when it goes to do the stitching, I'm not going to worry about that. Stop the machine and check it, but no, we're okay. When it goes to do the stitching, these stitches sink down into the fabric. So by putting a stabilizer on the top, I need to take this out and trim it, and then we're all pretty much all done with the I lost my scissors with the applique. We still have to do the teeth on this one. This one has teeth, and I made a little boo-boo on the one that I already did. I didn't realize it was, I thought it was stitching around the cheeks. Oh, we have the cheeks and the teeth. And here it was stitching around the teeth. So I was doing it in pink. So the pink, the tooth is outlined in pink. But it's a bunny. It's fun. I can do it. Okay. All right. Let me just do a little. It's handy to keep by a little roller. You know, the roller you use for your clothes when you get all fuzzies on them, because then you could just run that over and you'll be okay with picking up all the little fuzzies on top. Does that make sense? Probably not. All right, so next, all right, I have to change the thread this time because now it's going to do the outer satin stitches around, well, the satin stitches around the outer part of the ear. So I'm using this pink. I think it looks cool with the pink polka dots. And I have all my colors here lined up from what I used in the previous one. Gotta love an automatic needle threader. Oh, I'm telling you. All right, so we're good. We're going to put the foot down. Now this is going to be 7 minutes. So the ears are the longest. 7 minutes, 5 minutes, and then going around the bunny, 4 minutes. So, but other than that, it's a quick stitch. So anyhow, let's I'm still fighting the effects of the virus that I had. I feel much better. I still have a cough, and I get like that dry tickle in my throat, and still tired. I've been wanting to come up here and do a embroidery video for the longest time. I came up the other night, and I'll show you at the end. My daughter picked up these really cute Dollar Tree bunnies, and she bought 4, 2 for her and 2 for me. And oh my gosh, if you're on the Dollar Tree Facebook pages, people are decorating these bunnies like you would not believe. So of course, I had to use my embroidery machine and make my female bunny a little apron with a bunny on it. So it's super cute. I'll show you when we're done here at the end. And the other one is just sitting behind the machine here, and he's just kind of naked, you know, but, so I'll get to it. So I posted it on my, I do have a Facebook page for embroidery, by the way. I will put the link down below, but it's Sue in capital letters, S-U-E, and then W-H-E-E-T in small letters. So it's SUEweet Bee, as in a bumblebee, B-E-E, embroidery. SUEweet Bee Embroidery. I think that's cute. So I do have a Facebook page, and I posted the bunny on there, and I posted on a couple other Facebook pages, and people were loving it. Everybody's loving it. And I did a little embroidery on the dress underneath with a little Happy Easter. And the design that I used on the apron is actually one that was built into the machine, and it came out really cute. Real cute. So I never really use the designs on the machine. I mean, you know that there are designs there, and I do use the script a lot, the monogram, you know, not monogram, but the letters and that, which is what I use on the machine. So, you know, you don't have to go out and buy any kind of fancy designs. When you first get your machine, just, you know, play around with what's on the machine till you feel comfortable. Then watch a lot of YouTube videos. That's how I learned. I'm self-taught. When I bought my first machine, it was bought online through Joann's. Traded that in for the next one, which I went to Coconut Sewing Back in East Stroudsburg. So if you're in the northeastern part of Pennsylvania, I highly recommend them. They accepted my trade-in, which was barely used. And then I was having some issues with the 1600. I had so many stitches on it. It was during the pandemic, and I mean, I was only working part-time at my full-time job, and I was doing a lot of embroidery. I mean, a lot. So I had some issues with that machine. I don't know what ended up happening with it, but if you have an appointment to go take your machine in, don't make the mistake of looking around. That was my mistake. I was like, oh, I'm just going to see what they have. A little fuzzy there, but either way. And that's when I saw this machine. So the 1600 kind of seized up. He told me after about, what did I have? 3 million? 4 million? I think I had 4 million stitches on it. 4 million stitches. After about 2.5 million, you probably should take the machine in for service. So I want to say that this machine almost has that on it. But I mean, if you're doing a lot of quilt blocks and things like this, you know, you're going to have a lot of stitches. You know, this one had what, 20-some thousand per square? Per rectangle? So the applique kind of takes away some of the stitching by using the fabric. But, so yeah, I looked around, and this one has a lot more bells and whistles. And that's basically what you get. If you're starting out, or maybe you haven't even purchased your first machine, do your research, do your homework. First off, I would not recommend I mean, you can get one, but I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be happy with a 4x4 hoop. At least start off with 5x7. This is a 5x7 hoop. A lot of the designs that you can purchase and that are out there. Just listening to that sound. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Let me raise this up. stuck, I think. All right, did it cut the thread? No, it didn't cut the thread. All right, so here, see? Here's the prime example of things can happen. Okay, I'm gonna have to move you a little bit, get the hoop up so I can see what's going on. All right, here's the back. Back looks okay. I'm not sure. I'll take out the bobbin. You know what? While I'm in the bobbin area, I know Bob. This is Bob, by the way. I just want to take this out just to check under here. Hold on a sec. Let me get one of these little doohickey things. Make sure. Oh, there's some fluff in there. I just did this the last time, remember? So fluff can cause a problem. See, this is why you should take it in for service after so many stitching things, because, yeah, these things can happen. Yeah. I'm not blowing in the machine. I'm blowing off on the, desk here because some of the fluff was stuck on there. Okay. Because see, what they do is they take this all apart. They could get in there and they can get all that extra fluff. Look at, see the fluff? There was a piece of thread in there. Just be careful when you're doing this. You know, don't go too deep with your little stick thing, but I'm just looking because I could see a little bit in there. See that? There's another piece of thread. See, those are things that can cause problems. Oops. All right. Okay. You know what? While I'm here, I'm going to leave that little thing on the side. I'm going to get a new bobbin. And load in a new bobbin. Okay. I like to buy my bobbins pre-wound. So when you're putting the bobbin in, let me put this plate back on. Bob will sing again. All right. Oh, wait, I have to put the thingy back in. When you go to put this back in, I'm just going to blow on that, make sure. There's a little dot. See the little dot? When you go to put it in, there's a dot on the machine. You want to make sure you have the dots aligned. Hold on a sec. Where's the dot? There's the dot. I like to do this standing. Okay, it's in there. 2 dots are aligned. So when you're putting the bobbin in, you want it to look like the letter P. See, here's the round part, and then that's the letter P. That's how you're going to put that in. Then you're going to go around here. Well, no, let's redo this. I'm thinking of my sewing machine. Hold on a second. Let me put this back together, then we'll do. Okay, so we're going back to this. The letter P. I'm going to put that in there, and you're going to go right through this channel. And then make sure it goes all the way around, and then there's a cutter, and see it cuts it off. Put your cover back on. All right, so the next thing I want to do is, because my thread isn't here in the needle, I'm going to very slowly pull it out from the top, and I don't recommend that, but because I couldn't grab my thread from down there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rethread. There's a cat hair. I'm going to rethread my machine. Make sure the needle is tight. All right. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. All right. Let's see what happens. You never know. Hopefully that's what was creating the havoc there. All right, but what I want to do first is I'm going to go into my plus and minus, and I'm going to minus 10 stitches back. Then it will back up. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe more. Let's go back, because where that needle looks like it's at. Okay, let's see how that is. Gonna back up some stitches because it looks like it didn't stitch or something. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, something's not right there. Cut the thread. Okay, let me just move you guys over a little bit. Okay. I gotta get in here and see what the ham bone is happening. Okay. It feels like it's pulling through right. Oh, it's not threading the needle there. Okay, so that means something's not right then. Yep. You know what? The next step, I'm going to put a new needle in. And I hope I have them right here. Oh gosh, of course not. Maybe in my little cup. All right, hold on a second for the needles. I used my last one the other day when I had the problem. So, I usually have them right here. I have to go in the closet and get one. I'm not seeing them there. Huh. All right, well, this room is such a disaster. How many of you can relate to that? Disaster room. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on a second. Go in the closet. So, talk amongst yourselves while I go in the closet. Hopefully I have more needles. I'm hoping. Otherwise, I'll have to end this video. Well, I didn't think I would have went through all the needles by now. Let me look in my little sewing box. Let's see. Otherwise, we may have to continue this another time. One more quickie look in the sewing box. Okay, let's see. I don't want to use a sewing machine needle. I definitely want to use an embroidery needle. Because it does make a difference. I can't believe I would have went through all my needles already. That's what's getting me here. But oh, you know what? There's one other basket there. Hold on a second. I know I saw them somewhere. One basket here. All right, there's a little bunny to look at while we are patiently waiting. What is this one? 11, 14. And they're in a little pack. So let me look in my little case that came with the machine. Sometimes they put them in there. Huh. Must have used that one too, huh? Well, I think I'm going to have to end this video while I search a few other places for a needle, and hopefully I'll come back soon. All right, I apologize for that, but hey, we have to have the proper equipment in order to do the proper job, right? So be sure to come back. I will be back soon, and thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye for now.